Hi, my name is Christoph and I'm your IT career guide. In today's video, I want to talk about a topic that is really close to my heart because I kind of have made exactly the same steps that I'm describing in this video here. There's a small variation to it. I will talk about this towards the end of the video. But in general here, I want to talk about how you can go from working as a help desk technician or support IT analyst to become an IT help desk manager or go into IT management in general. So let's get started. First off, why consider moving from IT technician or IT support analyst to become an IT help desk manager? So let's say you're a great problem solver, you know your way around technology, you know your way around laptops, desktops, iPads, phones, and so on. You're good with people when you troubleshoot. You overall know the troubleshooting steps itself, so your teammates come to you when they have a problem that they cannot solve. So you're in an ideal position actually to move up to become an IT manager. So how do these skills translate when you become an IT manager? So for one, you still need to be able to work with people and your role will be a tiny little bit more strategic. Now imagine scaling up these skills when you work as an IT manager. So let's say you're really good with people and there will be situations where an IT help desk manager or IT manager really has to deal with difficult situations where you deal with upset people because something broke in a very important moment and you will get anger and frustration. That's just one side of the business. The other thing is that you work with your IT manager peers, IT director and potentially CIO and so on to really help shaping the IT strategy of the company. You play an important role because the service desk or help desk, that's really the front-facing part of an IT organization. So that's where you have most of the contact with your end users and where you potentially hear first if something is not going right or where people really are upset about it. So there's a big strategic portion in here, and it's not just dealing with technical problems or dealing with people, but you can really shape the way how your IT organization works and functions within the company. So I mentioned already, if you are really good with the technical side of working in a help desk, then you're a prime candidate to look at the role of becoming an IT help desk manager or IT manager. So besides the technical, you also have to think about communication skills. And it's not just navigating a difficult situation, but you have to be able to present technical topics to non-technical people, as an example. So that's an important part where you can brush up on your communication skills. You might be standing in front of a group of people having to explain certain parts of a service desk expansion, as an example. And then, of course, you need to have some sort of leadership skills. And those are not necessarily skills you are born with. Those are skills that you acquire over time. And when you look at an IT help desk organization, service desk organization, there could be a portion where parts of the team work in a call center style setup where they answer the phones and do nothing else, while others potentially go and work with physical hardware, go to the desk of a user and just work the technical problems with the hands-on experience that they build up over time. So you will see different roles and different people and how they are differently motivated. So some people just come to work, they do their job, and that's all they want. They just want to collect a paycheck. They have no desire to move up. But there's a lot of really motivated people working in the help desk environment or call center environment for a service desk. And those are highly motivated individuals, as mentioned, and you want to help them to potentially grow to the next level. You are the person that could potentially enable their next move within their IT career. So who is not really a good candidate for moving up to IT management, or who maybe should look for a different type of career path within information technology? So let's say you are more the techie person, you know your way around technology, but you're not really that good with people. So then IT management is probably not the best role for you. Or you can, if you really want to make that change, you can learn the skills, but eventually it will come through, or you might not necessarily be fully happy in that type of position. Another reason why you might want to think differently of becoming an IT manager is like, how are you handling stress and stressful situations? So an IT manager is also often an escalation point when something goes wrong. Or when there is a larger outage impacting the organization, the IT manager or IT help desk manager usually plays a crucial role in these type of scenarios. And not everyone really is up for that type of challenge. So you really want to think about what are the different tasks and responsibilities an IT manager has, and if that is really something that you want to do. There's nothing wrong with it. So the world needs both. The world needs people that are really good with other people, that can lead in one organization, that can deal with the stress, that just know what to do when the shit hits the fan, pardon my French, and really feel comfortable in these type of situations. But the world also needs people that are more on the technical side. If you are really good like with scripting and you help to automate a lot of tasks for your peers and for yourself on the help desk or service desk, that is a great position to be in. So it's like if you enjoy this type of work and you're good with the pay and everything, then just stay there and do not try to get into a role that really doesn't appeal to your own personality. So how do you become an IT manager? So for one, of course, I mentioned you need some sort of help desk or service desk type of experience. And service desk is really a name or a term I want to highlight here specifically. You are part of a service organization. The IT help desk, the IT service desk provides a service back to the business. And there's a great entry point for you to build up credentials to qualify for a position as an IT manager. I want to point out the ITIL certification, specifically just the foundation certification. That gives you a great intro into a lot of items that you might not necessarily think about when you work as an IT specialist, IT technician, IT support analyst. So the ITIL framework is a framework that really helps out with how services are provided back to the business. And it's a very simplified way of how I'm explaining it here. When you go and you become certified, you go through the training for ITIL certification, you really learn the different portions. I mentioned even before, if there is a company-wide outage of a technical system, this could turn into not just an outage, but really a business impacting event. And those type of events you want to manage appropriately. There's an important part in regards to communication, but also when you escalate it from your level to the next person higher up and so on. So that's really in a very simplified way, just a few hints in regards to ITIL. It's not just about escalation and these type of things, but think about you are a service provider and how is that being executed within your company. ITIL is a great starting point, but it's not the only thing you want to look at. You also have to look at, are you good with people? Are you able to manage people? It's not something, like I said earlier, that you are necessarily born with, but it's something you can learn. And there are different trainings for people management where you can learn skills. There's even a certification, I think it's called Certified Manager, that helps you with that. You can also look at certifications like PMP or Prince 2, which are more project management related, but the project management skills can become really helpful when you are a manager or work at a manager level. But for those certifications, you also go as part for the training or studying through how to deal with teams, how to manage teams, not necessarily people that report to you, but for a project team, there are different dynamics and you need to pick up on who do you need involved and how do you manage the overall project. And those are skills that easily translates over into managing a team of people that reports to you. And there's another hint here. People report to you, so you have to think about really career management, performance management, and that goes then also back to a portion where it's like sometimes you have to deal with individuals that are not performing and you need to figure out how to manage those individuals. Is it something that is I want to say just situational, where the person is going through a very difficult time, maybe in their personal life, and is just not performing? Or is that more a bigger problem where that person is just upset about anything in the organization? And sometimes it's really the right time to separate from those individuals. And that's part of an IT manager role as well, where you have to look at those items. So look for training courses or books, classes, ask at work if show that you have interest in these type of classes and see if there's a training available to you. So I think if you find the right balance between, let's say, the ITIL certification and a PMP management certification or project management certification, something like this, but again, there are more targeted classes and courses available. Often larger organizations have like a training portal where you can just select it. If you can go to LinkedIn Learning and find classes there that give you really a first insight into the topic. And that's another thing, really. Be open at work, if possible. Talk to your manager where you want to go and take your career. And hopefully you find a manager that is helpful and will really help you to advance in your career. It's not necessarily that that person is now scared that you want to take over his or her job. That's usually not the issue. But it's really find somebody that supports you, that can mentor you, that can provide additional helpful hints in managing this change within your career. So in conclusion, moving from an IT support technician or IT support analyst, helpdesk technician role into IT helpdesk management is really a natural step. And if you have the right skill set already and you are really motivated, it's definitely something I encourage you to do. It's a great start because you bring already a lot of experience related to that topic, and there are additional skills that you need to learn, as mentioned. And I think that gives you really something to grasp that is easy to understand, and you can see how your manager handles certain situations at work so that you can identify, okay, that was not so good, or man, that was awesome how he handled that difficult user, that difficult customer, and you feel really inspired by these individuals. So that's really a great step. Look at this, and if it turns out to be not the right step for you, again, this is not a bad thing. The world needs different type of people for different type of roles, and maybe there's a better fitting role for you in IT. I mentioned before that I was an IT manager as well. I initially started in IT tech support, but then moved into system administration, systems engineering, architecture, and so on, before I really came around to become an IT manager. So I had a lot of steps in between because I did not have the desire to go straight from helpdesk into IT management. It was more that I went through the entire, I want to say, system administration, system engineering path that you have. And then at a point where it's like, okay, which direction do I go? I decided to go into IT management, and today I'm an IT director for a small pharmaceutical company, and I really enjoy the type of work. So that's it for today. I hope this video was helpful. I would like to hear from you in the comments just to see what are your thoughts. Are you interested in becoming an IT manager? What additional questions do you have? If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please do so as well. And then I would say I see you next time in my next video. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye-bye.